Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stomp back for another OPTC video, and today we are talking about sort of a later playthrough of treasure map Shirahoshi. So let's see if some teams have changed a little bit, nothing major, but we do have the bonus map here. So that means we can sort of just fly through the map, which is great. So have you guys been going with the treasure map? I understand this one's not exactly the most exciting one in the world, but looking at my rank, I haven't spent any gems on this treasure map, but seems pretty competitive, this one. Lots of people ranking fairly high. So I mean, I haven't used any gems, but I've definitely been using my stamina. Besides when I'm sleeping, my stamina's not hitting 0. So yeah, it's good to see people actually really grinding treasure map, but kind of sucks because I don't think we're going to make it into the top 1000. But let's take on JINBE, and then I'll probably cut to the final boss fights. Alright, so what are we going to get? Shooters, boo. Alright, well, let's take on our boy JINBE. Alright, so for the JINBE fight, we are still rocking pretty much the same team. Still bringing Kami as a friend, but this time we've actually got JINBE on the team. Oh wait, no, JINBE was always on this team, wasn't he? Yeah, no, I took JINBE off another team. Okay, so the way I'm sort of rocking this team is on the Robin stage, we're going to switch into Perona. Running the Bernie Merry ship, so Sogeking gets the cooldown as well. But we're going to switch into Kami so we can... Not Kami. Perona, so we can get the... what's it called? The Gloom, whatever her power's called. Basically, we just take less damage from Robin that way. And then with that, we can use the Rayleigh special. Rayleigh's going to give our yellow characters a full border orbs with the Shank special, as well as a boost to their attack and to their orbs, which is great. And then on the JINBE stage, we can switch into Mihawk, drop our specials, and with that, we can pretty much say goodbye to JINBE. So we're still using the Zoro support, just to make things a little bit quicker. Saves me using the Kami special, to be honest. Eventually, I'll probably stop using that, but I don't think I'm going to get to that point in this treasure map. But if you're rocking this team and you guys are going a lot harder than I am, that's something to note, I guess. But with the basically just 2 attacks, we can kill him, which is great. So I'm going to skip forward now, guys, to the boss fights. Alright guys, so here we are at the boss fight. So the first fight is our boy Mamboshi. Now this team has changed a little bit. We have the Douglas Bullet as our leader now. And we've sort of changed it around a little bit, but the idea of this is still basically just use health cuts and specials to kill the end boss. Akanu and Fuji, we do have their switch effects. If we ever were planning to go higher, but again, I just don't want to use gems on this treasure map. I'm trying to save those gems for that Lucy limited rare recruit that's coming out tomorrow. So we're going to save gems for him. But this team does it a little bit more effective than the last team that I was rocking. I think I was rocking double Shirahoshi. But I realized that Shirahoshi was actually a striker unit. So I thought, hold up, I could put Shirahoshi onto the Quickbeard team, as the Quickbeard team just has so much damage on it that we can sort of just afford to put a 40 unit on there, which is great. We could also move Bon Clay onto this team as well, as we are actually getting a buff with the Bullet Captain as well. So when we get to Mamboshi, we can just health cut again, and then just health cut again, and just use the Luffy to finish him off. So that works out pretty well, but like I said, you do have the switchability of Akanu and Fuji there to help you out if need be. Alright, on to, is it Ryuboshi? Ryuboshi? Let's call him Ryuboshi. Whatever. We're still rocking the Quickbeard team. The whole point of this team is basically just Quickbeard and Jack just win. The rest of the units you can just fill out with any powerhouse and strikers. What you actually can do with the Kuma is you can use the Kuma's special early, but I haven't been bothered to put special level into this Kuma because honestly I just think he's trash. I don't ever see myself using this Kuma, like, ever. So I'm not even gonna bother putting manuals into him. I mean, I suppose I could just farm them, I guess. And if that ever happens, I'll do it then. But I honestly just don't ever see myself using that Kuma. So against Ryuboshi, you just want to have the Jack special ready to go. I'm going to use the Jack special. I'm going to use the Deadbeard special. And with that, we can literally just, like, smash him. Oh, we take 2 attacks now. That's interesting. So yeah, literally just as long as you got Jack and a friend Deadbeard, you can use the support effect of Oven to remove the Despair. But if you just bring a friend Deadbeard, you'll be fine. So I haven't even max limit broken him still. Alright, so on to Fukaboshi now. This team did change a little bit as well. We are rocking a double Moria team now. This is where Bullet was, and we put Bullet over on the other team. And we put JINBE on our final team. But this team works fairly well. It is a mono red team, which is great. And just using Kazuna Moria. Kazuna Moria is really, really good, because we can do stuff like this on this stage. And then with that, we can just, like, good tap. Because we've got a whole bunch of orbs. We've got a whole bunch of orb boosting going on. And having those orbs actually helps when we come up against these turtles. Because the turtles have a lot of defense. So the matching orbs that we get from the Moria special, we can actually use in our favor to make sure that we actually do get the kills on hitting our goods. Just makes things a little bit quicker, to be honest. We can use this one special now as well. And with that, we can sort of just tap our way through this. And we are going to get this special back now because of his amazing rollover effect. I love that timer effect. It's a really, really cool ability. Basically, the hit perfects, but not the hit perfects. And it means that you can actually use the hit perfects with it. So him and, like, Lucy is, like, a real dangerous combination. Alright, so we're going to use the CP9 special to remove the defense up, and then we can use the Arlong special for HP and orbs, and then we can just win. So that team works out fairly well. Doesn't have too many issues, which is great. It doesn't have any issues at all, which is great. And should work for another 25 to 50 levels, to be honest. Alright, so the final boss is against Neptune, and with this one we are still rocking basically the same team. I think it is the same team. Just Shanks crew. Shanks crew just does things better. Shanks crew is just an impeccable legend. Shout out to my boy Maddie who pulled him on a gold ticket. That was actually insane after talking about how much he's wanted him since basically a week after his release. So shout out to Maddie with that crazy fake out pull. But he is the GOAT. Shanks is he is so damn good. I am having a lot of fun with V3 lore, but Shanks just makes hard content just look easy, man. So we are using him because we do get a special bind. We also get a what's it called? We also get a chain lock on the final stage, which you can use the Shank special to remove that on this turn if you have the cooldown or if you're running the Burning Merry ship. But because we are running Vivi on this team, I'm actually running the Burning Moby Dick. So as you can see, we can get rid of the Special Blind due to their special ability. And then with the Vivi special and the Shank special, you know what, let's do this for orbs. And then with that, we can just absolutely annihilate Neptune. We do have the option to stall out for the Sabo special as well if you ever need that. But honestly, you're probably not going to need that. But that should work for a fair amount of time. And the final fight is against Shirahoshi herself. Well, it's actually against Luffy because Shirahoshi's a big crybaby. And Luffy comes to save the day like normal. Do we have a Hody friend? We do. Beautiful. Alright, so the final team I have changed up a little bit. We do have JINBE on this team now, and we are running Rayleigh as the leader. I figured we're using the Rayleigh special at the end, so why not get the big 4.75 times captain ability? Just makes sense to do that, as he's the one doing most of the damage at the end anyway, so why not take advantage of it? Unfortunately, we don't get the color affinity with JINBE on this team, but it's really not the end of the world. We have so much damage on the Zoro phase anyway that we don't even really need it. And when we run a friend Hody, it just doesn't even matter anyway, because Hody has the color affinity. Setting the defense to 0 is pretty nice though, so like, I'm not going to discredit the JINBE on this team. Another big upside to JINBE being on this team, he's actually a cerebral, so he's going to go through barriers and defensive effects with the Rayleigh special, where I think before I was rocking the Moria. I think Moria was on this team. Moria just works way better on having him as a leader on his own team, to be honest. So here we are up against Zoro, and the way we're going to do this is the same way we've been doing it the whole time. We're going to use Dogstorm. We're going to switch into Perona because we want to be physical on the last stage. We can then use their special for conditional boost. Can use the Hody special for the color affinity. JINBE to take down the defense there. And our girl Kami is going to lock our orbs for the next turn, which is fairly important because it just makes us hit way harder with our Rayleigh. So with that, we've got enough orbs, basically, and we do have enough damage to get through to, what's his name? Luffy. Having the color affinity rollover as well is not essential, but is fairly nice. As you can see, we just have an absurd amount of damage. And Luffy's just not going to be an issue for many, many runs to come. So there you guys go. That was my sort of extensive or end level runs of this treasure map. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. And if you do want to stay up to date with all the OPTC content I post, make sure to hit that big red subscribe button too, bud. Guys, most importantly, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one. Lights!